If you're looking for a tasty way to stay informed, preheat your radio to 100.5 NTA FM. You got a little on your chin there. Welcome to the State Line Showcase on the all-new 100.5 NTA FM. State Line Showcase is a paid advertisement. The opinions and views shared during State Line Showcase may not directly reflect those of the staff and management of 100.5 NTA FM.
8:35 is 100.5 NTA FM, and welcome to the microphones of our fine radio station. Jim Madison is here from the Bullet Stop Gun Shop, and Jim, good morning.
Good morning.
You got to get a little closer to that mic, about
Yes,
6
sir.
inches.
Good morning.
There you go. Nice to see you, and welcome aboard here. We were talking off the air. It's a family business you've been involved in for a whole bunch of years.
Yeah, Grandpa started in 57.
Yeah.
Dad started in 67. I started in 88.
Yeah, so you had the bait shop at one time, too.
Yeah, Grandpa had the bait shop on North 2nd way back.
I went there, too, yeah. And I remember the Madison Gun Shop, too. But anyway, Jim is here, and you and Doreen and your son Steve, right?
Yep.
Are the basic employees up there.
Right. Actually, we have about 6 part-timers. We have a lot of retired police officers and current police officers.
Oh, really?
That help part-time.
Well, very good.
Yeah,
Very
it
good.
is very good.
So how is business in 2012?
Well, business is busy. Tax time. A lot of the young guys are spending their tax money over there. So
You getting those tax returns now?
yeah, that's it.
That's
So we're
good.
seeing a lot of young guys. We're seeing a lot of new customers. A lot of young guys just old enough to buy a gun now. We're out shopping around.
Yeah. What sells more? I've never owned a handgun. I still have a 22 and a shotgun. If I've never had a handgun. What's the big seller right now?
Predominantly handgun.
It is for personal safety or for target shooting? Or
Both.
Both, huh? Plenty of places to go and get that. And I think, I don't want to speak for you, but I would assume you feel that anybody gets a gun should know how to use it.
Absolutely.
And get the proper training.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we agree on that. Bullet Stop Gun Shop, and we're here with Jim Madison. If you have a question about what they're all about, they have the indoor pistol range right there, of course, that you can use. And I have in the past done that, where I've just practiced and had some fun in a pistol range kind of thing. And I've been in turkey shoots and everything else, but I've never owned one. I've just used them in those locations. It's fun to do, just
Sure.
to keep your eye right for hunting and or target shooting. Jim, you and your wife Doreen have been in this business as a couple for how long?
Well, me and the wife opened in 88. I worked for Dad from 81 on, but I truly grew up in this. I lived in the old farmhouse on the property.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I hung out in the shop. And I've got a lot of customers now that have been customers of our store for 40 years. And a lot of them old customers come in and they go, well, I remember when Jim was this high.
Well, we all like to go down that memory lane thing,
Absolutely.
and it's nice to know that you've got that where you can talk to people up at your shop on Harlem Road. We should point out the Bullet Stop Gun Shop is at 2100 Harlem Road in Loves Park. And if you want to call for more information at the store, 815-654-7550. But if you have any questions here about this world of guns and sport and target shooting and whatever reasons you're involved, you can give us a call here at 874-TALK, 874-8255, or go to bulletstopguns.com. And there's another website, gunmanjim.com. That's a neat one.
Gunman Jim, yeah.
Gunmanjim.com.
You got it.
That's pretty cool. And let's give some basics for people that might have never been there. What are your hours and days of service?
Okay, we're there every day but Monday. Monday is everybody's day off at Bullet Stop. So 10 to 6 through the week, 10 to 5 Saturday, 10 to 2 Sunday.
Are you there Sunday, too?
Yeah, Sunday we have a special sale every Sunday. So we have this, it's like the one big Sunday sale, and draws a lot of people, and crowded place on a Sunday. Kind of a neat sale we have every Sunday.
And you have that indoor pistol range, which I mentioned, and if you buy a handgun, it automatically qualifies for membership in the pistol range.
Absolutely,
That's a cool little bonus.
Yeah, and we do training out there, too, and teach people how to shoot in the evenings and so forth. We have NRA-certified instructors that work for us and teach people how to shoot.
What is the most popular gun right now, the handgun?
Truly handgun, anything that'll hold more than 10 rounds. The high-capacity firearms. In current legislation, everybody's talking about doing away with them, taxing them, whatever. So people certainly are, if they've got an extra penny, are picking one up.
Well, you're in a state that is probably toughest on guns.
Absolutely.
And it must be difficult for you. Now, in Missouri's a lot. You have a shop in Missouri.
I
too.
do.
In Missouri, where my wife's from, I've hunted down there many times in Missouri with my brother-in-law, and he has a big piece of property out there. I still go out there once in a while and take the 22 or the shotgun and have some fun out there with even going after small game like rabbits and squirrel and whatever. But it's so much easier to do business in Missouri when it comes to your business.
It is. It's very much the same, though, in a lot of ways. Illinois has a waiting period. Missouri doesn't. We still do background checks. The paperwork is truly identical. It's just Missouri truly is a cash and carry state where a guy can buy a handgun, get a background check, and go, where Illinois.
But there's no FOID card there.
There's no FOID cards. Illinois is the only state with a FOID card.
And the only state with no concealed carry.
Correct.
Where did we go wrong?
I don't know. It's a tough deal. You think about it. Concealed carry. It's been proven that it lowers crime.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with this picture? Why
Well,
can't we
exactly,
have it?
especially in this city and this state with the
Right.
crime going on in Illinois? I don't get it. We're the only one of 50 states.
Right.
What
It
does
doesn't
that
make
tell
any
you?
sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
And gun owners of Illinois would pay for the right to carry a gun. And most of my customers would certainly pay $50 a year for the right to carry. Think of the revenue that Illinois could generate.
Oh, don't tell them that.
Okay.
They'll make $1,000 instead of $50.
So they'll make this revenue, and then crime will drop.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that picture, right? 8:40 in the morning, we're talking about the Bullet Stop Gun Shop in particular, of course. And if you have any ancillary questions regarding the handguns or the indoor range they have or the sale of guns or the FOID card or anything else, feel free to give us a call at 874-TALK, 874-8255. The Bullet Stop Gun Shop on the State Line Showcase. And Jim Madison is here. And if you have a question about all of this, give us a call. They're located at 2100 Harlem Road up in Loves Park. You can call their office at 654-7550. But for these programs, hey, why not call us right here while Jim is in the studio live? First time for this kind of a program. We'll have many more. And I think you're going to find it informative and educational in this subject. Not only of our constitutional rights, but about just plain a good businessman that has a long-running business and a reputation in this community. Bullet Stop Gun Shop, and I think we'll go to Jim first of all. Jim, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi.
My question is, my friend, we're just looking into purchasing a firearm to keep in the house in case we'd have to use it. And we've heard conflicting reports. Some people said get something like a shotgun that would scatter so it wouldn't go through a wall to hurt someone else. And I've also heard to get like a hollow point. So we're worried about if there were to be an occasion it would have to be used about bullets penetrating walls and hitting other family members. I was wondering if you could give me your opinion.
Well, absolutely. A handgun is by far better than a shotgun.
I can't.
A handgun is far better than a shotgun
Okay.
to have in the house. It's just easier to conceal. It's easier to hide. It's hard to hide a shotgun in your home.
And what would you recommend?
Well, typically, first-time buyer, a revolver. Revolvers are the easiest guns to use, like a .38 revolver. They're not a lot of money. They're super easy to use. Entry-level type gun, anybody can run one of these. And the hollow point type ammunition is okay, but there is specialty ammo designed where it don't go through walls. And we can show you if you come out to the store. But there is special ammo designed for people who live in apartments, mobile homes, places like that.
Okay. And is there any particular good time to stop by to just pick your brain on different things?
The store, typically anytime.
Okay.
We've got just an absolute excellent staff, and everybody there is very well informed in what to do. And, if you bring a wife, girlfriend, we certainly can go through the different models with you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Thanks, Jim. Let's go to Mike. Mike, good morning. You're talking to Jim Madison.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
My question is the paperwork for the FOID card. Can you get it there, and can you get the picture there, too?
Yeah, absolutely. We do both. We process the whole FOID. Now, FOID's just changed in Illinois. For years, they only lasted 5 years. They now last 10 years. So for $20, you get a FOID that'll last 10 years, and we can picture the whole bit right there.
Good. I'll be stopping down. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Good to know that you can do it all in one stop there at the Bullet Stop Gun Shop on Harlem Road in Loves Park. John, good morning.
Good morning. I have a quick question. I just started listening, so I'm not sure if you covered it yet or not, but I was just wondering, I bought my first gun from you guys, and I was looking to find out, what does it cost for me to come to your indoor range?
Okay, range is $10 an hour, and it's by appointment. And just
I'm sorry?
It's $10 an hour by appointment, and just call ahead for an appointment.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. 8:44 in the morning. Let's go to Gary.
Yes, good morning, Jim. I purchased a firearm from you folks last October, and I'm very happy with the service you gave me, and you do have a knowledgeable staff, and I just wanted to thank you.
All right, thank you.
It's always good to hear. Happy, satisfied customer.
Absolutely.
McDuff in the Morning, 100.5 NTA FM, a new sponsor on this State Line Showcase, Bullet Stop Gun Shop. Kind of fun to have Jim in here, though, because this is the kind of a topic that just fits our format like a glove, and people have a lot of questions. A lot of people that listen to our show believe in
I have
freedom.
a quick one, if it's okay, Doug.
You go ahead.
I have an FOID card that expires in 2013.
Yes, sir.
Can I renew that at any time before that date?
It truly is best to do like 90 days out. There's times that guys send them in 6-8 months early and they'll kick them back. They just don't want them that soon. And so 90 days is a good window for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go to Larry.
How you doing today?
Super.
A question. I went to Cabela's to get some bullets to go practice shooting, and my FOID card expired 2 years ago, and they took the card. How do I go about getting a new card now?
I'm kind of surprised they took your card when you were at the store there? Or?
Yeah.
That's unusual. Anyways.
State law said if it was expired, they had to pull it.
Yeah, anyways, just stop out. We can do a renewal. Renewals are same as new cards. You just basically start at the beginning and work your way through
Do it all over again.
There was probably some 18-year-old kid at Cabela that didn't know what he was doing.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I mean, that's my experience with those kind of stories. I mean, you go to the... I mean, I'm not... Whether you're a sponsor or not here, I would say this because I know your kind of a store are experts and pros at what you do. Cabela's, somebody might be also selling them a lure, the same guy that'll sell them a FOID card, and they probably go by the book or something. I don't know what the book says about that. Would you pull somebody's card?
No, not at all. No.
So it might be just one of those franchise deals. But if you want to deal with the ammunition and bullets and people that know what they're doing on guns, Bullet Stop Gun Shop has been around here for years. And as soon as I met Jim Madison, I asked him about his name and the family history. We talked a little bit off the air. So they've been around for a long time, and there's a good family history there of pros that know what they're doing. And you have a lot of good people. You said former policemen.
Yeah, and another nice thing is, if you're a customer of Bullet Stop, when you come in, Mike or Steve or Tammy, a familiar face is going to wait on you every time. You come back in 3 months, you're going to see the same people behind the counter.
Sure.
And, we've just got an excellent staff we've had for a long time. Mike has worked on and off for us for like 15 years, and Dan's with me like 5 years. And it's just everybody,
It's a family affair, too.
It is absolutely a very orientated family.
Yeah, let's move on to some other callers. Mark, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
Super.
Good. Hey, I bought a pistol from you guys maybe 12, 15 years ago in a box of shells.
Yes, sir.
Are those shells still good
Sure.
this many years later?
Sure, they would. As long as they're kept dry, not in a terribly damp area, you can look at them. They literally will kind of turn green, but as long as they've not been in a damp garage or something, if they look good, surely they're good enough. We sell ammunition that's surplus that's over 100 years old, and it's still surefire. 100-year-old ammo still will go today.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I have a question, and it's because I happen to have a gun that I haven't used in a long time. I think it's worth money. I'm not sure. You can tell me if I bring it back. It's a 12-gauge Winchester double-barrel shotgun made in the 40s.
Sure.
And it's beautiful, and I love it, but I haven't used it in a long time. The stock's in good shape, but I used to get the kit and clean it all the time. I haven't done that in a while, and I know it needs some gun bluing. Do you do that kind of stuff, too?
I don't do any hot bluing, they call it. Hot bluing. I've got a place in Minnesota that does all my hot bluing. I can do touch-up work and so forth, but hot bluing is almost like a pretty good big process. And
that shows you how long it's been, though. I used to go to a place in Chicago when I first got the gun back in the 50s. I bought it from my brother-in-law. My cousin of mine, not my brother. I didn't have a brother-in-law then. And I treasure that.
Sure.
It's a family history thing handed down from to different people throughout the years, and it's from the 30s or 40s. It's a Winchester double-barrel 12-gauge. Would you have an idea if I brought it by there what the worth is?
Absolutely.
Roughly? Okay, I'm going to bring it by and see it.
We've got a show next week, Friday. And certainly bring it, and we could look at it right here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll use it anymore, but I have my son and my grandson don't seem to have any interest in hunting, so I'm thinking maybe of either putting it up on the wall as a historical thing or selling it. I don't know which way to go yet.
Sure.
8:48. Let's go to the phones. Joe, good morning. Joe, good morning.
Hey, Jim, I bought a lot of guns from you in the past. I got a question for you. All I hear on the radio or the news is they talk about assault rifles. Could you explain to us what exactly an assault rifle is? compared to like a sporting rifle?
Depending on who's,
thanks, Joe.
Yeah, it depends on really who's talking about it.
It's political football.
It absolutely is. I can assault you with anything, and then I guess we could call it an assault rifle. I guess the political definition is a high capacity type weapon. A lot of the imported weapons. But truly, it's a very vague definition. It is very vague. But I would definitely say any high-capacity type weapon, anything that would hold more than 20 or 30 rounds, and something to that effect.
Now, I've taken about 10 calls from you so far, all guys.
Yep.
My question, I'm curious, how many women are customers now?
Oh, quite a few. It's amazing. And Doug, you'd be surprised how many guns now that are made for women. Guns that are pink camouflage. They have pink gun cases, pink holsters. The pink is out, and women come in and they love the pink stuff, and it's really a big business now.
So that you do have
absolutely.
Very
and the training in our range is about 50-50. We train as many women as we do men.
That's interesting to know. So gals, you're invited to call. Uncle
absolutely.
Doug here, 874-TALK, 874-8255. This is not a male only zone at 850. Caller didn't want to call on the air with you, wants to know the age requirements to use a gun.
Well, the age requirement is 18 for a long gun, rifle, shotgun, and then 21 for a handgun. But of course, kids go shooting with their folks all the time.
Sure.
As long as the folks have got a FOID card and they're with their kids certainly could shoot with the parents, of course.
What is the biggest, hunting nationwide, I don't know if it's because there's less places to hunt all the time, and it's harder to get a place. I used to be able to go to any old farmer and hunt for pheasant and do everything around Chicago when I was a kid, and if I had to go as far as Antioch or maybe out to south, down where former governor used to live, I can't remember the area there, but I used to go. But now it's getting tougher to find a place where you can hunt.
Yeah, Illinois is very tough.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And for a lot of reasons, because people shot cows and other things and shot each other. But what is the biggest thing right now? Is it for self-protection or for hunting? Which is the
self-protection
over hunting?
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought so. I just want to hear you say it. I wasn't sure. Jason, good morning. Jason, good morning.
Hi, I was calling to ask Jim if the folks down there knew how to properly fit a guy for a shotgun.
Sure. We can show you. When we get in there, we can measure you to see how long the stock needs to be on a shotgun. Sure.
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Sir.
Thank you.
My Uncle Harley would love. He's long dead, but he took me my first hunting trip for ducks up in the Lake Geneva area on Lake Como. I'll never forget this as long as I live, Jim. I got my new 12-gauge double-barreled Winchester, ready to take a shot. I wasn't used to the gun. Boom. Dropped it in the water. I got bawled out and heard some words I'd never heard before. I was a 15-year-old kid. I'll never forget the way he talked to me about, you'd never drop a gun. Well, it scared me, Uncle.
Yeah,
funny. I learned never drop a shotgun in the water or anything else. Let's go. Oh, we got a lady on the hotline. Kathy, congratulations.
I just wanted you to know that the ladies are listening.
I love it.
I came into possession of a couple of 22s that belonged to relatives when I cleaned out their house.
Sure.
I have no permit or anything. I could be in trouble, couldn't I?
Well, yes and no. The law provides if you inherited a gun, you've got 90 days to get your permits
so
and documents.
If I came out there, could you help me with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people, inherit guns they don't want. We buy guns, and you don't need a FOID card to sell a gun.
Okay, well, it's something I want to keep for my boys, but because it's family.
Yeah, no,
so,
we'll get you a FOID card started, and we'll give you a receipt, and then you keep your receipt, and if there's any questions,
good enough.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Bullet Stop Gun Shop, 2100 Harlem Road, Loves Park, and we've got Jim Madison here. If you have a question. By the way, I think you're setting an all-time record for first-time guests getting phone calls on this program. So
really?
Congratulations. You get the award. I don't know if you get another cup of coffee or something as your award, but this is pretty cool. First-time visitors usually takes a while to get people accustomed. You're doing real well. So we're going to charge you double.
I see.
Just kidding. 853 McDuff at NTA, 100.5 NTA FM. Let's go to the phones, and I think it's either Rich or Joe. I'm not sure. Rich, good morning.
Yeah.
Hi.
Jim, I got a 5-shot revolver, Smith & Wesson.
Yes, sir.
And the hammer is filed off of it.
Yes, sir.
How much would it cost to have me put a new hammer on there?
Hammers are $30 to $40, and you might get another 15 or so. I've got a lot of used hammers in a bin. There's a good chance I could probably get one just to go right away without any special fitting, but certainly something we can do.
Yeah, I bought it from you guys. Oh, it must have been back in the 80s. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was hot stuff back in the 80s. You know, people were grinding them hammers off, and now they make guns already made that way. So.
Yeah, I know. It started something.
Yep. See. But yeah, bring it out.
Yeah, they told me when I bought it that the guy owned a restaurant and he filed that off so he could carry it in his back pocket.
Yep, very common.
You know,
very common. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. 854. This is stuff services you're not going to get from those chains.
Yes, sir.
That's a good point. 854, McDuff in the morning on a special program. We'll have more of these with the Bullet Stop Gun Shop, and Jim Madison's here taking the phone calls. I don't know who's on line two. I'll just take dealer's choice here. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Madison.
Good morning.
We're all trying to get concealed carry as we're the last state in the contiguous union without it. Can you give us the proper procedure to support your industry and tell us whatever information is going on that we can pick up the phone and write and email?
And you've got
Who do we go to?
And that is absolutely what you got to do. You've got to pick up the phone. You've got to write. You've got to email. Illinois is a toughie. It really is a toughie. And I just tell everybody, remember it when you vote.
Well, it's Chicago that's the toughie.
It's a toughie. It truly
is. You're fighting Chicago, not the whole state. Downstate, you got a lot of people that are on your side.
If we can get the Republicans in power for 4 years in a row, we stand a chance.
Amen, brother. 855. We're also getting political, and I love that. 100.5 NTA FM. Let's go back to some calls. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes.
This is Tom.
Hi, Tom.
How are you?
Good.
I got a question for Jim.
Okay.
My question is, I talked to Jeff and Tammy. They're acquaintance of yours.
Yes, sir.
And the question that I didn't get to ask them is, if you were to buy a gun, do you get to try out different guns to find out what's perfect for you?
Yes and no. If time prevails, if the store's quiet enough where we can go to the range, we will do it. But anymore, it is tough because the range is busy. The winter months, the range is busy because everybody wants to shoot indoors. So it makes it tougher for us to do that, But Jeff does his training class, and he'll take somebody out and he'll try 5, 8, 10 guns with people when he does his training. So that's something you can schedule with Jeff, and Jeff will just meet you there late in the day after hours, and he'll actually do that as a service.
Thank you, Tom, for that call. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Anyway, the Bullet Stop Gun Shop is our sponsor. Our friend Jim Madison is in here, and if you have a question, make it quick. We got a couple minutes to go. 874-TALK, 874-8255. Remember to put an 815 in front of that, boys and girls. 815-874-TALK, 815-874-8255. You got a last-minute question for Jim, the proprietor of the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. If we don't get another call, because it's getting close to the end here, we got to get some business out here about the location, the hours, what services you have, what you have for sale, etc. And you said there's a Sunday sale?
Sunday sales are cool. I'll tell you what, it's a 4-hour only. Now, this Sunday is the chili cook-off. All the employees bring a crock pot of chili in, and we vote to see which employee makes the best chili.
Well, I'll vote. What hours is that?
10 to 2.
10 to 2.
And you can come in, you can sample chili.
No charge for admission?
No charge. and then the winner of the contest gets some free ammunition. The employee gets some free ammunition for
That's cool.
For a perk, and it's kind of a social thing. And then there's some gun specials too.
And that's 10 to 2 at the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. And if you haven't been there, it's up on Harlem Road, 2100 Harlem Road. Give me a location on Harlem Road. Give me a
block east of Alpine.
There you go. I was trying to think of that. I was trying to visualize east-west. Okay, it's a block east of Alpine on Harlem Road. There you go. 8:57. I got time for James. James, good morning.
Rise and shine. How's everybody doing?
There you go.
If I get back from Galena on time by Sunday, can I bring in a pot of my chili and share with the community?
Sure, you do that.
All right, thank you.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, James. 8:58. I've got a pretty darn good chili too. I should bring it over there. I won a chili shootout thing with radio guys years ago, and I got my recipe. The trouble is, the recipe is to feed so many people. You wouldn't want to do it for a small cauldron. Sure. It's really. I'd have to cut that recipe down a fourth. Because I did it for a big shootout years ago. But they're fun. It's fun to cook, and everybody's chili is the best, right?
Yep.
Now, no professional chili cooker ever uses beans. I want that to be heard.
Really?
All right, just remember that. We professionals never use beans in our chili. Now, if you want to do chili with beans, that's fine, but that's not professional. Just what you should know. I've taken the course. 8:59, that'll wrap it up for our visit. First time with Jim Madison, a very successful one, and we thank you, callers, for your interest. And if you want to visit the store, it's up on Harlem Road, east of Alpine, 2100 Harlem Road, Loves Park. And you can call them at 815-654-7550. That's 815-654-7550. Or go to the email bulletstopguns@yahoo.com. And that great website, Jim, tell me that one again.
Gunmanjim.com.
Gunmanjim.com. It sounds almost Chinese when I say it fast. Gunmanjim.com. Hey, thank you for being here, Jim Madison. It was fun, and we'll do it again.
Okay, sir.
We'll have you back, Doug. My dad's sir. I'm Doug.
Okay. Hey, Doug, I guess we're going to be together Friday.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
9 o'clock news next.
Thank you.
It's 100.5 NTA FM. Ken DeCoster in the wings. I'll be back Friday from downtown at Studio One. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the State Line Showcase on the all-new 100.5 NTA FM. State Line Showcase is a paid advertisement. The opinions and views shared during State Line Showcase may not directly reflect those of the staff and management of 100.5 NTA FM. WNTA Rockford, WXRX HD2 Belvedere, W263BJ Loves Park.